Okay, 5.
Hi, this is Paula, Gloria, and this show is called Farther Down the Rabbit Hole because we like to go into topics more deeply. I was just in the control room helping Alan Steinfeld produce his show with a man who's doing such exciting work that I said, this is great, I got to jump on and do a show with him myself. So I'm so happy to introduce to you my guest, Victor Dyment. And Victor is from Russia, and he is doing some work which reminds me of work that I used to do when I had the show, or things that I used to think about when I had my first public access show, which I had for 2 years, thanks again to Alan Steinfeld for introducing me to Manhattan Neighborhood Network. And the name of that show was called The Whole Tooth. And that show was a result of all the research I did on root canals, discovering that root canals weren't good to have in the body, and when I had one removed, I felt better. And I also had known about problems of mercury. I had a very good dentist when I was an adolescent, or maybe in my 20s, took out my mercury and put composites in them. But there was always the wondering, well, what about the composites? You know, what about this in general? And recently, with some of the work that I've been doing on cancer cures and cancer remedies, I started to run into some of the same information with a group called Oromedics. And Oromedics was saying that the cavities in our mouth is not the disease. They're only an expression of something that's gone awry and amiss. And that you have other cultures where people are not having cavities. They keep their teeth all of their life. And then the question was, is sugar bad, and different things like that people were considering. So it turns out what Oromedics was talking about was keeping the hygiene in your mouth good, that it's actually the buildup of the, for the periodontal disease, it's the buildup of the lactobacillus and streptococcus mutans. And lactobacillus is good in the gut, but in the mouth it creates an acid and it starts to erode away. So it was saying that what you need to do is keep your saliva in a good shape with a good balance, and you need to have bicarbonate in it, that there's that natural alkalinity. And that if you were flossing and sort of moving around these otherwise growing colonies of lactobacillus and streptococcus mutans, that you could, the saliva would wash it down and you wouldn't have disease. And the problem is that the diseases in the mouth means you're going to have problems in other parts of the body. And that's why I originally got interested in my show, The Whole Tooth, because each root canal was keeping in a tooth that would ordinarily be sloughed off. And that each tooth is like an antenna, if you know your acupuncture, to different organs. Well, while I was in the control room, Victor was showing these paintings, or you don't call them paintings, they're reproductions, these colorful images. And these images can affect the frequencies of your body that you're taking in through your eyes. And that even if you had mercury in your mouth, or composites? Only composites.
Composite porcelains, metals, reducing the effect of metals, many metals.
Okay, so he found through his testing through energy medicine that even the composites can be a problem. So
this is the biggest problem.
Worse than mercury?
Worse than mercury. Composite, it's worse than mercury.
So that doesn't surprise me. When you keep abreast of things, it's always, one more thing to worry about. But this idea of addressing it with frequency. So he showed one that can help the composites, that's this green one.
It's reprogramming
it. And then he has one for diarrhea and intestinal problems. And then he's got one here we'll show you later on for looking at the screen.
Electromagnetic frequency.
So, but what excited me is I had just been reading the work of Tullio Simoncini, so I don't know if you can come in on this. And this is an oncologist in Italy, and he's saying that cancer is a fungus. Now, a lot of people say this, I've got this cure for cancer and that cure for cancer. But it turns out, whether you're talking allopathic or alternative, none of them are having this overarching understanding of what is going on. Even in the case of the cure, why is it being cured? So what Simoncini discovered is that Candida has a certain DNA signature, and this signature is also seen in in the different cancers. Researchers, when they write up their research, or the people who are gathering the research and writing up are not putting this out. So what that means is you're talking about a fungus that's not coming in as a result of a system that's growing weaker, but that the fungus is the problem. So if you think that we need our cells also need bacteria in the gut to digest things, and fungus isn't all bad. After all, penicillin, that helps people in dire times when they really need to get rid of a lot of bacteria fast, otherwise they're going to die. That's a good thing. So if antibiotics or fungus or mold, we must be some combination of cells, of fungus, and of bacteria. So it's a question of being in balance. And what could be more profound to balance than frequency?
Balance, this is what you're saying. Balance, what is make balance in the body, it's frequency. Frequency helpful more than anything to the body's health. And we're getting sick not because of bacteria, not because of fungus. Fungus became consequences of destructive frequency. You wearing wrong clothes, you have a bad dental materials. This is source for the developing fungus, because those materials blockage in body circulation, metabolism, body blood circulation in areas where is blockage can't move, and this is source for developing funguses, bacteria,
right,
and all kind of different changes in the body.
Victor, you were born in Russia?
Yes.
And did you have cavities when you were young?
Yes.
And what kind of food did you eat? Did you eat pasteurized milk? Did you drink milk that was boiled?
Yes. Not much I drink, but I destroyed my teeth not from the cavities. It's from different reasons.
Really?
Yeah, I was...
Was what, vodka?
No.
No, vodka doesn't
hurt.
It
was
teeth.
Fighting a lot.
Oh, you were fighting? You were like a prize fighter kind of guy?
Yes.
But you know what else destroys teeth, according to Oromedics? Amphetamines. And they give for antidepressant these chemicals that make people feel more cheerful, but it's hurting the saliva and it's hurting the teeth.
Okay, to get not hurting, you need to use those images. It's really...
to get not depressed?
Less depressed. You definitely will be less depressed.
Which one for depression here?
I don't bring here.
Oh, you didn't bring the depression.
I didn't bring depression because... But also depression, it's consequences of chemistry changes in the body. Most of depressions, it's consequences of chemistry changes in the body. Sometimes psychological probably can, but it's very rare. Most of coming from materials effect. People when have people depression from materials. They sleeping on a very bad beddings. They wearing
bad.
Yeah, very bad fabric of the beddings, sheets, quilts, pillows. They feel it. Body feel it. Body try fight. They don't know what to do. People don't realize it. People going there in the work wearing wrong clothes. Again, body feel it. You don't feel it, but body feel everything.
Maybe babies are crying because they don't like the clothes we put
I will tell about baby later a little bit. And this is how happening. You put wrong material in your teeth, your brain feel it. And this is suppressing your immune system, suppressing everything, and you find very different all the time your body suppressed. Finally, you start depression. You start fighting with wife, with husband. You start fighting with children. You start all this kind of behavior. What is can interrupt. Like this woman, what I told on the show before. She bring this image to the son. Son feel better, and she says our relationship now between son and me completely different after bringing this image. She says before we like all the time fighting, but this image frequency change behavior. It's balanced both in the same frequency. It's in the family. This special images supposed to be in the family because everybody in the family have a different frequency from different clothes, from different things. But when you bring in this picture, it's sending frequency. You back in home. It's sending frequency and putting you in the same frequency to each other. It's really balancing. And people when in balance feel the same frequency from each other, they no reason to fight. But when you wearing one type of clothes what is destroying some part of body, you wife or your girlfriend wearing other type of clothes. You have a dental materials, dental structures, and this is what is make people fight, not because of behavior. They can tolerate behavior, any behavior, at the same frequencies. But when wrong materials, this is what is make subconsciously people fighting. Baby when getting out, you say baby crying when getting out. Baby getting out because getting right away in this materials, what is you heard about baby who give birth in the water. They never crying. They all happy because they don't. Those babies wearing in a terry-cloth towels. Terry-cloth towels. Most of terry-cloth towels they have a good frequency.
Oh, really?
And when baby in the hospital has to pick up babies in the terry-cloth towels, not with these napkins, what is really creating pain. When baby coming out and nurse picking up baby and putting in these napkins, body hurting right away because staying in the womb, your skin feel comfortable. You put right away materials, it's shock to the baby. Some babies have a very big shock from that. This is what I recommend.
I can believe that.
And this is why I tell it's need to pick up in a terry-cloth materials those baby and lie down in the bed in the terry-cloth.
I remember speaking to an Indian healer. His name was Chief Two Trees, and he was smoking a cigarette. And I thought, oh my God, you're a healer and you're smoking. And he said, smoking isn't bad. He goes, the tobacco is sacred to Indians, but the chemicals that they grow them in is what's so bad, and the paper and the bleach that they use on the paper. So the napkins in the hospital probably are bleached or processed to be sanitary, and maybe that's what's causing the shock to the newborns.
Smoking is bad. And you can tell this healer, smoking is bad. It's destroying lungs, destroying everything, tissues, because it's hurting. Especially very bad, it's marijuana. Marijuana can create multiple sclerosis, can create Alzheimer, can create children problems in the future.
I think everything in balance. I think anything that's strong, like for example your life, you say you had dental problems because you were in fights.
Yeah.
Now you're a healer. These are very extreme.
Yes, extreme, totally extreme.
Something must have happened to you. You didn't always heal in this way. You didn't, as a child, think I'm going to grow up and make these images and heal.
I actually, before coming here, I saw my neighbor father. And he's don't guy who not religious, who don't believe anything. And when I came, he have a little bit sicknesses. I work on him, and he says, Victor, when you're a child, I always feel you completely different from all kids. You always have this power. I didn't understand.
You have healing power.
I didn't know this is, but nobody tell me. I'm very late describe this is, but again, it's people talking about me. I didn't know. People coming to me feel better, but I didn't know about this.
When you were a child?
When I'm a child, when I grew up, I didn't know.
But you were still getting in fights. So you had a temper. You would get angry?
It's temper, not anger. Everybody.
Not anger, you just punch the guy for nice and calmly?
Yeah.
He was wrong and you wanted to correct the situation?
No, it's competition situation.
Oh, competition.
Yeah,
you had to...
everybody strong, everybody have weight.
I see.
So...
But now in Russia, if you had cavities, they put mercury in your mouth?
Now in Russia? Yes, they was putting mercury, but now start using composite. And composite, it's a really big problem. My mother, who very healthy person, okay, I will tell you, it's very important sample. My mother, who I working by telephone, she stay in very good condition. Her teeth very good. She says, Victor, they bring very good technology, American cement, and put in my teeth. I tell, why you don't tell me? You need to, before doing this, you need to talk to me, and I will tell what to put in your teeth. She says, no, it's great. She in 6 months got mini stroke.
Well, tell us the composites. What's good and what's bad?
Composites all bad.
They're all bad.
All bad.
So what's in your teeth?
Some better, some worse, but all composite bad. But now I found some composites react to these pictures, and really.
Let's come into this picture as he talks about.
I was wanna talk about composites and about root canals. What you addressed before. You was.
This will help that too.
Yeah, this will help. But again, from root canals, better extract previous cement and put Kitoc cement to the root canals. What is not recommended by dentistry, but this is repairing when we using people who using in the root canals Ketox cements. They tissues around teeth start regrowing, bones start regrowing. People getting
what's it called?
Ketox cement.
Ketox.
Ketox glass ionomer cement. Only cement what is have Hell frequency compatible to Hell frequencies.
But that's still a problem, and this picture would help that. The frequency would help that.
Yes. And
because I pulled out the root canals. It just said the tooth is dead.
It's wrong. Tooth never really die. It's a bone. And if you taking out,
even if the nerve is gone, because they
nerve gone, everything. When you making root canals, you need to put right cement. And when you put in right cement, your teeth breathing even without nerve, without everything, breathing is a normal structure and can stay forever. I have so many root canals, and when I describe and always hurting me, doctors using last cements, last developed, they tell this is cement biocompatible, put in me biocompatible, biochemical cement. It's hurting.
Biochemics?
Yeah.
I remember the biochemics.
Okay.
I think is it scam?
They saying it's right cement.
They say they put more oxygen, they pack it down because you have 5 miles of tubules in each tooth, you know, and that's
only doing this job Ketox cement. Only cement what is really...
So you took out all of the biochemics from
the teeth? And then I will tell you about biochemics.
Okay.
Doctor who I'm working with, I tell put in me Ketox cement. He don't listen. He says, Victor, I know better.
Don't listen? I hate that when they don't listen.
They don't listen. Doctors...
You need to punch them.
I'm not puncher anymore. And doctor don't listen. He says, let me do what I think right. I tell, okay, let's do. But if you're wrong, you need, he says, I will redo it. Okay, he put in my root canal biochemics. In a few days, I start have a pain in my feet. In 3 months, I limping. In 8 months, I was walking, and I'm pretty strong and very organized.
Is this before you had this picture?
Before all my discovery. This is how I come to discover.
That's how healers heal.
And I walking from the house like an old man. I bend it like that, like an old man, from one root canal
that's what they're saying.
Of biochemics. And I call doctor and I tell, are you pulling this cement out, or I pulling you from my picture? I change in doctor who gonna do. He says, okay, come here. I came to him. He drill, he take out biochemics, he put Ketox cement. In 3 days, my feet stop hurting.
Wow.
That's it. I'm not more invalid. This is what is dentists.
But now, if you had this painting, you could even keep the biochemics in your teeth and
yes,
look at the painting and you'd be okay.
It will reduce it, but you need to every day support this.
How long do you meditate on these?
You're not meditating. It's even in the house, staying somewhere near you, and that's it. You don't need to meditate. You do working on computer.
But you were saying on Alan's show, the bigger the better. So you could make, you said, wallpaper.
I didn't make yet experience with wallpapers because it's a lot of gold also need to, if you want to make. Yes.
There's gold in there.
Here is a lot of gold. Gold powder.
Gold powder. I don't see any gold powder.
What you can't see gold powder. And you see strips of the gold. We put in special amount of...
Oh, these little things are gold?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they're cute. They look like you're looking in a microscope.
Yes, and these strips balancing a frequency of gold powder. Gold powder have a thermal frequency, what is getting to the body and improving circulation. But
it's like medical art.
This is medical art.
Wow.
And this is what is make these pictures very powerful.
Can we look at the intestinal one?
Yes.
Because that's, even though the camera, to have the tight shot, it doesn't take it. Can you put it the other direction?
Yes, you can put any direction, but better recommend it like that.
Recommend it like
better,
that?
Better.
Can you come in on that one, or I guess we have a camera person there?
Better effect from this picture, like that.
No, we were feeling it in the control room. I mean, you know, not that I had diarrhea in the control room anyway, but I just felt that, you know, we often think that we have different parts in our body. The intestines is completely separated from whatever's going on in the head, but really, It's all one.
It's all one, and frequency, health frequency for everybody. Doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter your color, doesn't matter your age. Health frequency for everybody. It's really helping. It's health generator. We losing a lot of energy from the body. Okay, and those pictures are, this is gold what I developed, they replacing this energy, they sending
I
back
mean, every day we naturally lose energy.
Every day we lose energy.
And so this is a way of gaining
this
energy.
Is we aging, we live not enough long. When people will use technology what I start developing, people gonna live a lot longer. 200-300 years, gonna be in very good health condition.
Do you know how long you're gonna live? Do you have an idea? Are you psychic? Yogis
I'm
can
not
tell.
the psychic. Maybe
some yogis know when they're going to die.
Maybe somebody shoot me in the head, but
no, I don't think so. But let's talk about marijuana. I don't smoke marijuana, but I have noticed smokers do have a certain pattern, so I can see how there could be a natural
because
sort
marijuana
of
stay in the body long time.
Maybe through smoking, but let me tell you, if you make it into oil, there's a man, Rick Simpson, that is curing cancer with it. If not to get high, it's the THC that's the psychoactive ingredient, and he had a very bad head injury. Nothing was helping him, and somebody gave him some marijuana to smoke. He was a straight guy. He didn't want to be doing illegal things. He asks this doctor for a prescription because in Canada it's legal. The doctor doesn't give it to him, says, oh, they haven't done enough studies.
But I can explain why it's happening. Because he have an injury, okay? He have a pain shock in this area. When he smoked marijuana, his pain disappeared, body have enough power to heal them. And he need to stop after this marijuana right away.
No, it didn't completely heal it, but he made it into oil. And the oil, because the doctor said, like you said, tobacco isn't good for you, because I also know other healers that are taking tobacco leaves, making it into, crushing it with fresh juice, and that is healing something. I don't know what they're healing. But everything is put on the planet for a reason. Everything in balance can be used.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've had very dramatic stories in your life that would get you to this place to make such bold claims, to look at a picture and then people give you the benefit of the doubt. We could feel the energy in the control room. You know, it's a very cheerful thing to go out and to help people. But the oil he started giving to everyone in his town. He lived in a small town. And in the case of skin cancer, he put it on the skin cancer with the bandage and took it off in 4 days, and it's dropping off.
It's very good. Why medicine don't use in this?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, what he's discovered here is that the study showing that the DNA signature of Candida is being shown in the cancerous part of the body, but they don't, when they write it up.
DNA structures, it doesn't matter. You can read on my website, you can see about DNA, how work DNA, and how DNA become destructive. DNA...
No, that's wrong. The gene theory is wrong. That's not causing it. But I'm saying, do you believe in DNA?
DNA...
Is there such a thing, do you think? Or do you think it's just an imagination of a bunch of scientists?
DNA, it's memory.
I'm only meaning like when they're looking for the father of a child and things, they can tell with DNA. You believe that,
yes,
right?
Yes.
This Same thing, that Candida is the cancer.
DNA,
that's all I meant. Not that genetic, not that the chain is altered and causing cancer.
DNA distracted by frequency. When wrong frequency go into the body, affecting DNA structures, and on my website have animation, and this animation explaining how DNA getting distracted. Frequency coming to DNA structure, start targeting one area what is responsible for developing cancer or multiple sclerosis, start accumulate this frequency and start developing.
I don't know, Victor. I mean, you might have another, I believe in frequency, but I don't know about that explanation. I think only Bruce Lipton can help me out on this one, because it's not that there is a problem. If you have one little change in the DNA chain, it's usually fatal. You can't just have a little bit of damage. And what he's saying, it's not on the genetic level. It's just a fungus that's coming into the body.
And what is fungus? It's consequences of DNA destructions, cellular destructions.
No,
it is.
No.
I'm not going to argue.
No, it's microbiology. You have the little mycetes, they call it. The little spore comes in, and then it just It's like you're the earth, and it's a seed that's planted, and then it grows. Neither the seed nor the earth has any change in the genetic structure for the plant to grow, or the mushroom to grow.
Okay, but if you have a wrong frequency, your mushrooms will grow, negative or positive. But if you have a right frequency, it's not going to grow. I have a guy who has a lot of fungus in the body, and he very sick. He changed his dental materials. He used these pictures. He used some of my work. He changed his bedding, clothing. He don't have stomach problems.
Did you find the right bedding? Because you said in Alan's show you can't find it today.
Yeah, the sheets don't exist on the market.
Linen?
But I found quilts. Quilts, what is very healthy. And people who know me buying these quilts, using as the sheets, sleeping on these quilts, and covering, and my pillow from these quilts, and feel great.
But you know, could it be placebo? And I don't mean that negatively. You're a very powerful man. You're very compassionate. You care for people. Anything that you say, people will feel better.
No.
You don't think so?
Doesn't matter. If you have cancer and somebody will tell you healthy, you're not going to be healthy. If you have...
No, you can change the frequency. I think your love can change the frequency.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah, frequency you can change, but it's not by saying. It's by special work.
By special work?
Oh, yes. It's not by saying. Doesn't matter what you say.
You smile there. What's your special work?
A special work, it's frequency.
But how do you change it? How do you love unlovable people?
Love unlovable people. If people unlovable, why I need to love them?
No, but I'm thinking when you're healing them, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but people who come into healing, I think they very lovable because they have a brain enough to come to healing.
That's true.
But
that's true. We call that cognitive dissonance.
How you can, but if people unlovable, depend from character.
What got you into healing?
Accident. I didn't believe healing. I didn't believe God. I didn't believe many things. But accidentally I started healing, and I realized it's not God's things. It's just energy what is in me, and I realized it's like white page. People don't know about this anything. And I start do research. I start do healing not for the money, for everything I do, for research. And when I work on serious problems, and cerebral palsy. And
you said 100% with autism.
Yes. And this is how I got my experience. I developed method of bone marrow regeneration. And bone marrow, it's key for the health. When bone marrow functioning right, they know fungus in the body, they know nothing in the body. The body functioning very well. Autism disappearing when bone marrow work right. And this is what it is.
When did you come from Russia to this country?
I grew up in Belarus, worked in Siberia 15 years.
You worked 15 years in Siberia? Yeah. Wow.
In a very cold place, colder than in Alaska.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you heal anybody there in Siberia?
No, I didn't know about healing, but when I back to Yalta, and accidentally I start do healing, and I start searching why is people getting better after my work, and for me was interesting, and I working, finally I start taking serious diseases, work long time, and get good results, and after that I realize what is...
What was the first work you did before you developed the pictures?
First work?
The first, how did you work?
Headaches, I work on headaches.
You would put the hands on?
Put hands on, and headaches disappear. After I developed method, bone marrow regeneration, it's not necessary holding head, you can hold feet, but
Did you ever have any deep spiritual experiences? Maybe the Virgin Mary comes, anything like that?
I don't know Virgin Mary. She's virgin?
Well... They say Rasputin had that experience. He seemed to be such a fun-loving kind of guy. But after he had this extraordinary encounter, some call it the Divine Mother.
Okay. Okay, maybe
anything
maybe
happened?
she's virgin. I have people who...
Whoever she is, whether she's a virgin or not.
I have a lot of people who believe in Virgin Mary, who come in all the time.
No, but I'm saying, did anything in your life happen to say, now go out and heal?
No.
No, it just slowly. slowly you became
Nothing,
aware?
I just like curious start doing, and finally I got in love with this work, and I really
just with experimenting,
and I don't care about how much time I spend, because healers usually are limiting time offering for people. They work 30 minutes per hour, and that's it.
Right.
It doesn't work like that. You need to work many hours before you get results, and you need to have a certain power also to
right.
get results. And this is what is make difference.
How do you as a healer keep yourself recharged so that, because if you have some very depressing cases, it can kind of bring you down. How do you keep yourself balanced?
I keep in my teeth healthy. I keep in my clothes, beddings, all healthy. And I also get in exercise sometimes, swimming, running.
What's your favorite?
Huh?
What's your favorite decharge? Kind of like to decharge the energy.
Decharge? Just sleeping. Good song.
And you
good
always sleep well?
No. Sometimes you get in a lot of picking up a lot of negative frequency, and difficult to sleep, but when you get in on the right bedding, you're sleeping.
When you get on the right bed, then you sleep well?
Yeah.
Do you do anything like get up and look at the sunrise? I always find that's very helpful. It seems like the early morning sun coming over the horizon.
Yeah, if sun coming up in the same time, I will see sunrise, but sun doesn't listen me. They come in all time in different time.
Oh, I see.
I always are late or too early.
Yeah, because people are coming to you all the time.
Yeah.
So when did you first come to this country?
17 years ago.
17 years ago.
Yeah.
And you came to New York and stayed here?
Yeah, staying here.
Did you have family here to come and visit?
No.
Why would you leave your country?
Why? By accident. I live again by accident. I live in my country.
Oh, I guess 17 years ago you could travel out of Russia, because before it was hard to get a passport.
Yes.
I see. Yeah. Anything else you want the viewers to know?
About teeth, you tell me you're gonna specific questions asking. Any questions about teeth?
Well, what do you have in your mouth now?
I have materials what I develop. I develop dental alloy, gold alloy, special gold alloy, what is have very compatible, biocompatible frequency.
So the dentist took everything out before?
Yes.
Even your root canal? First you had biochemical, and then you had
Ketox cement.
Ketox, and then you took out the ketox even?
No, ketox cements I keep in. And gold, this is gold also, you glue in your teeth with ketox cement. And on top of gold, porcelain. Porcelain name creation also. What is, it's not my products, it's nothing, it's just companies luckily produce very good porcelain, because all other porcelains what I test on the market, it's really blockage in body, but this particular porcelain has to be made right procedures, and all procedures I explain on my website. You can read what procedures with this porcelain.
And your website is again?
www.healthfrequency.com.
Healthfrequency.com.
Yes.
Is it possible that we could go out maybe on this big picture? Can someone go in the camera there, maybe, Mario? You could. This first one here is for the
stomach.
The stomach, and then the one he's going to be coming in close on that. And those are little gold dots in it, or strips.
Yes.
And then behind that you have something for
environmental. This is other picture. It's environmental. It's works against environmental frequencies.
Okay, let's first start on this. Is intestinal. Can you explain?
Yes, intestinal picture image. They doing improvement in the intestinal area. People who have irritable bowel solution, people who have diarrhea, people who have any stomach condition. This is reducing pain, reducing a lot of problems in the stomach. It's specially developed and also contain gold powder and gold strips on these pictures.
It looks a little bit like intestines. Now the one
yes.
The one behind it?
Behind that, this is environmental.
Can we come closer on this one? This is environmental, so like.
Yeah, this environmental pictures. People who get electromagnetic frequency to the body from TV, from computers, from everything what we have it in the house. This picture reducing effect of electromagnetic frequency and body working much better.
That's really nice. So in conclusion, I think we have, what, a few minutes left? So if a person is interested in acquiring one of these paintings, they go to your website and you have all the different problems and then all the different...
Yes, you read about different problems and you call and you asking what you recommended and you will recommend.
Have you ever painted one up specially? Or how do you come up with these colors?
This is trade secret. I'm not describing.
I see, okay.
Because I don't want the people start painting what I painted.
How many do you have?
Huh?
How many? You have 3 here. I know depression's not here.
On my website, 11 different images, and all for different reasons. Some for similar problems, helping, but most important, it's dental picture. It's dental because everybody have a dental work in the teeth, and this is really reduced effect of dental materials in the body.
That's really nice. Let's see, what else do people want to know? It's still 28 minutes? It seems like a long time.
Went over, but I thought it was good. So you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, because I have another guest.
Okay.
So, Victor, thank you so much for joining me on this show.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's really exciting because of the different research I'm doing, and that the body, in the end of the day, is what's going to tell us.
In the end of the day, the body tired. To be not very tired, you need to use all knowledge what is on my website.
Okay, which is
www.healthfrequency.com.
Healthfrequency.com. So thank you for joining me. My name is Paula Gloria, and we have taken an excursion farther down the rabbit hole with Victor
Dyment
from Russia. Thank you. Thank you.